Oh, the silence is so good. Are there any questions?
Stuart, it's Irene. I have a question.
Yes, Irene.
So I'm curious about what you think. Um, so I'm trying to search for a job right now, and um, my question is how I can use what we do here. How can I relate this job search, or can it help in any way? Or what are your thoughts on that? This energy that's happening, how can I relate it in a practical sense for my everyday life?
Well,
Like,
the first thing, Irene, is, if you're really developing the capacity, and I think you are, of staying centered in the core of your being, in the chakra below the navel, that will send out a radiance of energy, and you begin to attract what you need to do in your life. You begin to attract jobs, all kinds of things come to one in their life when that radiance of energy goes out into the world. And I don't see any reason why, being balanced inside, having your heart open, a quiet mind, being able to make real choices, being able to talk to other people in an intelligent way. I mean, why any interviewer wouldn't say, yes, you're capable of doing this job. So it's up to you. I'm a big believer in ambition, and I'm not a big believer in people being entitled, that everything is coming to them. People have to earn their way. And I think that this doesn't detract from the spiritual life. In fact, the more experience one has in the objective world and working and this and that and the other, the more of life experience you can draw into yourself so that you can work out your karma. You can actively, you know, be involved in life. And in that active involvement in life, you work out your karma. I mean, look, this will never interfere with you getting a job. It'll just help. Quieter you are, the more respectful you are, the more deference you have to listen to other people, whether they know it or not. That's the kind of people they want to hire. And I mean that. And this meditation brings that about if you do it consciously. So I don't see a reason why it would attract the job. I don't know what your profession is, what you do, but it certainly would help. And the more you open inside, the more possibilities there are in life. When a person is completely shut off inside, there are no possibilities in life. They've cut themselves off from life. And I believe life experience, working, earning your way, being independent that way, a very important aspect of working out karma.
Thank you.
Excuse my cough. I think I've somehow developed these allergies that are, boy. But anyway, you're welcome, dear. And you'll see, you'll attract something that will, help support yourself. I mean, it's worked for me all my life. I tell you some funny stories. I remember when I was running an ashram in Texas. I mean, I was the head dude, the guru, and uh, everybody wanted to go to New York to visit my teacher Rudy, and we decided that we would drive to New York from Texas. It was like a 24-hour drive, big drive, but everybody had to trip in $40. And I'll never forget this. I did not have $40 to chip in. I was embarrassed to tell everyone that I didn't have $40 to chip in. The day we were going to leave, I used to run this kind of antique store there, and the day we were going to leave, this guy comes, and I'm talking 7:30 in the morning, comes to my house, knocking on Stuart. He said, look, I've been thinking for a week about a particular table that you have that I need to decorate my house. I would like to buy it. The table cost $40. I mean, an hour and a half later, we got in a van and we drove to New York. And I had the $40. It always works. Money is not, money is just energy. I mean, and my teacher, Rudy, and I've told this story 1,000 times, came down to Texas. I had started ashrams all over Texas, prison programs, university program. I mean, God knows I was working 18 hours a day, doing this meditation and developing all this stuff. And I always told Rudy, this is for you. I don't want this stuff. It's all for you. So he comes to Texas. We're standing on the porch of the house, and he tells me, you're not working hard enough. So I said, Rudy, what should I? He said, buy that building. Building was a shopping center. And I said, Rudy, I got $600 in the bank. How the hell am I going to? He said, anyone can do it with money. A month later, I bought the building. And the building was a major step, not only in the growth of that ashram. We had a restaurant there. We had kinds of stuff going on there, but it became ultimately the way I got free of living in Denton, Texas. And I said to him, I got 600. How am I going to do that? He said, anyone can do it with money. That was his response. And a month later, I bought the building. And I said, where am I going to get the energy to do that? I went inside, deep inside myself, and I went to a very, very profound place inside and drew upon energy from the cosmos that guided me exactly to what I had to do that. So money comes, money is just energy. And when I hear I can't have money, I can't afford it, I guess all bullshit, If people are not entitled and they get off their head, they can afford anything. They can buy that building. And Rudy knew that about me. I always had this fear of money. I always rejected, going out and making money and doing all. And he knew it. He knew I had to get over that in order to live my life. And I got over it. I literally got over it in that month. And then I can't tell you how many things like that happened to me, where I was willing to do it and then go to a really deep place inside to get the energy to do it. And it opened up areas of spiritual work that I never dreamed that I could ever enter. And it had to do with economic pressure that was on me from things. I used to do crazy things. And I had all this economic pressure. I needed the energy in order to make it all work. So you go inside yourself, you go to a very deep place and you'll get healed. You'll get money. You'll get all the things. You'll never get it in excess. You'll get just enough of what you need in order to make the situation work. you know? So I've been through all this, and I can tell you from my own experience, it works. You have to go deep enough in yourself to make it work. And your spiritual growth will be enormous. I mean, we're here living on the earth to learn how to use the experiences of the earth in order to have a spiritual life, to get free of this karma. Instead of cowering in front of that karma of money and relationships and pressure and this and that, we learn how to use all that stuff in order to grow. And never to use it with greed, with power, with, all that crap that people do, but how to learn how to get free of things that you need to get free of. I mean, I learned that from my teacher. He put that pressure on me, And then I can't tell you how many times I have put big sums of money that I had to be responsible for, and I used it to grow. I said, how am I going to do this? I said, it's only one place. You got to go to God to get the energy to do this. You have to go to a higher force of energy. And then this mountain became a molehill. This huge thing how it became so totally manageable that I needed another huge thing to come into my life. Does anyone else have a question they would like to ask? Okay, if there are no more questions, there will be class on Thursday. God bless you all. Thank you. Thank you for being in my life. Thank you for being my teacher, demanding on me the kind of growth that has taken place since I started doing this thing on Zoom. And so thank you, and God bless you all. And looking forward to seeing everybody on Thursday.
Thank you, too.
Thank you, Stuart.